It's the dead of winter. Cold, wet, dark. No wonder this is such a depressing time for so many. Once the warmth and the cheer from the holidays dissolves, life can feel empty and hopeless. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but right after the holidays and everything that goes by, there's a bunch of warmth and cheer and everything, and all of a sudden it goes away, and it can feel kind of depressing, especially with all these tasks and these goals that you aspire to do over the year. It can get kind of depressing, feeling that you don't have any hope and you can't achieve anything and you're almost good for nothing. It's just a really depressing time of year, and there's no getting around it. And many times it can almost feel good to indulge that feeling of despair, but it's not a good thing to do. There's this weird sense of comfort in hopelessness, and that's not good. That's not how we were made to be. It's good to think about this time as very temporary, and it'll pass, and spring will come. So check this out. There's a rainbow right out here. The way that this kind of manifests itself in my life is when it comes to my goals. I have these dreams and aspirations that I want to complete for the year. And after I complete my New Year's resolutions list, all of a sudden I have this block. It's not until spring usually that I have the motivation to follow through with my ambitions. And this is every year. It's every year. So I know it's coming, and it's just what I have to prepare for. And part of that preparation is preparing myself to not give in to what Gerard Manley Hopkins talks about in his poem Carrion Comfort. It's this idea that you want to feed on, it feels good to feed on things that are bad for us, things that are just despairing, and things that are bad for our soul, things that'll weigh us down. In some way, it feels good to give in to dark and depressive things. And he says, don't do that. I will not do that. I will not wish to not be. I will not wish that I was dead. And that's a really important thing that we have to remember in this season, which is very, very dark and blue and sad. The rainbow is a beautiful, beautiful example of this. In the darkest times, there's a reminder that there's always hope and there's always beauty, even within all the chaos and destruction that we see around us. There's beauty and there's hope. This season will pass. The wet, cold, dark, dry season will pass, and soon will be spring, and it'll be very inspirational, and we'll be inspired, and we'll have this new zest of life. So I'm looking forward to spring. I'm looking forward to this year. I'm still excited about things. But yeah, it's no matter how dark, how boring, or how depressing life seems to be, there's always more life to live. And it's kind of a cliche, but the bad things in life stink. They suck. But you can't recognize the good things, the beautiful things. You can't recognize love and joy and hope unless you are starved from those, you know? You can't enjoy those things. You can't actually appreciate them until you're, made to make do without them. The whole thing is, life is full of ups and downs and depression and highs and all this stuff, and it's just, that's life. And that's what makes our stories unique. That's what makes our lives unique, is we have different challenges, we have different seasons. And so, in this time of despair, maybe, in the most depressing time of the year, there's hope. And life is not all gloom. Those are the parts of life that are worth living, is community and family and all this stuff. Spring will soon be here, and I can't wait.